Hey guys, it's Saru, and I think it's finally time. After months of releasing TERA console guides, I've held on to the very last game dungeon guide that I have for the sake of being able to spread out the content. But it is time. This is my Ruinous Manor Hard Mode mechanic guide. Let us begin. Alright motherfuckers, to begin, you are 100% required to do Ruinous Manor normal mode. I'd say a good 5 or 10 times to make sure that you know what you're doing, because there are no red indicators and you will probably die if you don't know what you're doing. So I'm not going to be calling out the mechanics that I've already done in normal mode, because that would basically render that video useless. Now, as we know, Atrocitas is a gorgeous little piece of shit that likes to hurt everyone around him. The main mechanic in this is the color change. Now, you'll know that he changes his color and you'll have to go inside if it's the opposite color, or if it's the same color, you go outside. Now, the difference for hard mode, however, is the fact that when he does change color by yelling, it will cause up to 35,000 damage to other players, including yourself if you're a healer. I don't really know. He can do this up to 3 times in a row, so healers, you need to stay on the ball with this one. You have to use Kaya's shield. He does it randomly, so you can't really do Kaya's right before it, but you can continuously use it in hopes that maybe it'll do it. I have at least noticed that he does it around the 50 seconds and the 30 seconds, but it could change, so keep using your Kaya shield. So once you have your color, you need to stay in the location of the designated circle. That means you cannot iframe or you will die. Again, opposites attract, so if you're blue and he's red, you go inside, or if you're red and he's blue, you go inside. If it's the same color, you go outside. Easy peasy. As his health lowers, however, he'll start switching his colors more and more. Like I said, he could do it up to 3 times, so healers, you'll need to stay on the ball. Like I'm just repeating myself at this point. At any time, he could do the color donut phase with the in-out or whatever you guys want to call it, twice in a row. So just keep that in mind, because he can do this one after another, and that will be pretty deadly. So stay on the ball with that one. That seems to be the hashtag of this video, stay on the ball. Let's get that trending. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, he just has a lot more health and hurts like a bitch. But if you know the normal mode movements, you'll be just fine. Now, Malgarios. Again, the mechanics are essentially the same except for a couple things with him. The first thing is the Spiderling's Hunger. Instead of going 2 points per second, it'll take about 33 seconds. Yes, that does mean 3 points per second to get his full hunger. As you know, you'll need to take the Spiderling to an egg in order to avoid a wipe. Other than that, there is one other mechanic that is pretty much essential. Now, usually as the Spiderling hunger is halfway, now critics, I know you're ready to say something, but again, usually, I've always noticed it around halfway when the Spiderling's hunger is halfway. So, Malgarios will say resurrected Malgarios attracts everyone, he'll become foggy, and at this point, you need to knock him down. So everyone in the party needs to try to knock him down with your skills, as it is RNG, or random number generator. Basically what it means is just, it's random. I want to say it's a 1 in 5 chance, but I could be wrong, so I'm just going to go with the fact that it's RNG. If you don't knock him down, he'll pull everyone in for a second with a possibility to follow up with a combo to kill everyone. However, what is most likely to happen is that by the time he does pull you in, the Spiderling's hunger will be full probably, and then the Spiderling will follow up by pulling everyone in and doing the combo then. So yeah, good luck with that. And lastly, Lachelith. Admittedly, she has the most mechanic change in this dungeon, but here we f***ing go. So again, I won't call out the mechanics already covered in my normal mode guide. The same ones are here, they just hit for more, which is basically the same thing. It's just like the debuff swipe and all that jazz, it does hit for more, so you'll need to be on the ball for that. Why do I keep saying that? So to begin, the lasers that you'll be receiving, your friend is long gone, or the resurrection you belong to me mechanic that healers may probably very well know, is that instead of 3 lasers, which is in normal mode, it'll be 5 lasers. It'll be the 3 that you normally know, however you have to get out of it quickly because 2 will cover the gaps in the middle. So you either want to walk out really quick or you just want to iframe out as fast as possible after the first lasers. Now regular lasers are usually just 3, usually. So just keep that in mind, it could be up to 5 at any point. Other than that, the Fate mechanic will require 2 players instead of 1, so that means you'll need to alternate. The tank should never take it, as they will suffer 50% more damage from our attacks with double damage from the soul spheres that will come up in a few seconds here, so keep that in mind. Now soul spheres. Lachelith will do them under 70% health. 3 soul spheres will appear from the front and 2 from her back. The red spheres will hit about 80,000 damage, which is 160,000 if you do have the Fate curse, while while yellow spheres will hit for 40,000. Again, 80 if you have faith. That's mathematics, everyone. And yes, you can use Kaya's Shield Priest, so you can give it to the group and actually take 2 reds. It shouldn't be a big issue. Now, if you do fuck up and let one of the spheres touch the edge of the arena, there will be a shockwave that will hit the whole party for 30,000 damage. And then, basically, the soul sphere will multiply into more and more, and if it touches the edge, it'll just repeat, and basically the party just might as well wipe at this point. This can go bad pretty quickly, so do it as fast and efficiently as possible to avoid the worst wipe of your life. Trust me on that one. Now, after 50% health, she will start doing Fate in Hand mechanic, which, if you've done Lilith's Keep Hard Mode for the debuff section that could possibly wipe the party after the sleep thingamabob anyways, it's essentially the same thing. Sort of. So what she'll do is that she'll put her tail in the air and turn into a fucking helicopter for some reason. Ignore all of that, but look at the ground. Inside her, she'll do a red symbol, and 1 second afterwards, she will do it in the middle section, and then a second later in the third section. So DPS and tank, if you're looking, you want to start at the second section, and right after the inner turns into the second, you want to just jump in, or iframe in. You just want to count 1 second and jump in. Now, right before she finishes, debuff her. I can show in this video if you're a priest. However, if you're a mystic, you need to be insider. Yes, I worded that correctly. So just follow the DPS, go inside, and in order to remove all 3 debuffs, what you want to do is that right before she hits the third circle, you'll want to debuff her. So it'll remove all 3 buffs that she has instead of just keeping one. However, one isn't too bad, it's just a 10% attack speed, but again, it's preferable you don't. Again, this is especially important because you want to plague her or use regression to remove all 3 buffs. Now, each circle will give her a 10% attack speed, so you'll see that the circles are going faster and faster. If by some chance you do fail to debuff her entirely and she has all 3 stacks, they will turn into True Lacan's power, which is 1000 power increase and 50% faster attack speed for 1 minute. You might as well just kite her until that's up because you do not want to deal with that. Now, at 30% and onward, she will do a lethal wound phase. She'll basically rise in the air like a Super Saiyan and push players back, and the priest or mystic need to cleanse the party as fast as possible. If you have a cleansing brooch, this will help along the way. There will be a bleed and you will die pretty fast if you do not get cleansed. Now, there's going to be 1 party member with a blue circle underneath them that will cause Lachelith to put lasers on that person, so if the group is together, that person needs to rush out as fast as possible to avoid getting those lasers on the team. And once the team is debuffed, they need to run out because there will be a secondary laser. Again, if you don't do this, the party will wipe in. Well, you might as well just die inside. It is pretty intense. Other than that, she's just a dumb bitch and I fucking hate this dungeon. Well, that's it, guys. Ruinous Manor Hard Mode. It seems easy, but it's pretty much the hardest dungeon up to date. I've had footage for this dungeon since its release and took this weekend to re-record with a brand new group. I will state this, however, the reason I didn't want to release this guide just yet was because this is my very last dungeon mechanic guide that I'll have for endgame for TERA console for at least a month or more until new dungeons are out. So that kind of sucks, but this seems to be it. Maybe I'll do all the dungeons, starting from Bastion of Locke. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Much love to the group that has been doing this with me this weekend. It's been, Make sure to subscribe and click that gorgeous bell for more content. Like and share that video to help other players. And comment below if you have any questions about the dungeon or if you just want to chat. Come hang out in my Discord, which the link is in the description below. And if you have Twitter, let's have a GIF war. Much love, and as always, till next time, friends.
And how did you die? I was I was further than you.
I got confused.
Damn it!
I got confused.
I need you, Chris.
You're poor sorry. Here, I'll get you. Hold on. No problem. Okay.